Howdy, my beaver friends. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of Timberborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. Good thing most of my job involves staying off my feet while I stream. Yeah, I guess so. I'm lucky in that way. You know, if I was smart, I should have used, like steel-heeled boots or something like that, so I wasn't jamming the handle of the shovel, or the top of the shovel into my heel over and over and over until I couldn't walk. It's a stupid injury to have. But when you're older, you're not made of rubber, and injuries kind of stick, you know? Feel real dumb having them, but boy, are they unavoidable. Alright, so these floodgates are... they're getting supplied. Not fully. And then, of course, the middle floodgate there, I won't be able to build without at least some of the platform. So once the two edge floodgates are built, I'll reprioritize. I'll change the priority for this platform here to be higher so we can build this center floodgate. Because it's warning me that the construction site is too far. Basically, they can't path to it. Do I need to raise population levels? I have 3 breeding pods going right now, so... yeah, I'm going to keep raising it. Oh, God, okay. Alright. 20-hour days. The city must survive. I honestly should queue that up here. Why not? So, hey, throwback to Frostpunk, anyone? How's that sound? Sorry, temporarily to 0. And let me adjust the volume so it don't blow your ears out. Go work faster! We're gonna die! Start a new barracks soon. I'll probably pause my population at 20. I don't have the manpower for a new barracks. Where are these planks going? Shift's over. I guess what I really need to do is set up another lumber mill. But I'm an idiot and put this thing in the way. Like you do. I don't know, I have faith that they can do it in 2.6 days. I think. I think the problem... well, no. Alright, let me get another lumberjack here, helping to cut those trees, and then put the forester back in. Where is work? Where is a person employed that I can cut? I'll cut one of the builders to put them in as a forester. There we go. All right, so we have one. We got one. This platform is going to be more important than the other ones, so the other ones are going to be kept lower priority. And I'm saving up my research points up to 500. So I see that I have research available, but I'm not touching it until I hit 5. The big old 500. Okay, 2.2 days. Ooh. I think we could do it. Whew. Can I set another water mill on the other side? I could, but it would require... I could set it up here, yeah, but it would require a platform here, which costs its own planks. So it's like chicken and the egg. Because for me to be able to power it, it would require this. Let me pause so I can explain. It would require a platform there, which would require planks, and then a power gear or power shaft to build. So is it worth it? Maybe. But I'm just going to focus on using the planks for the things I need to build to not die. rather than to reinvest the planks. And yes, this is not the proper soundtrack, but this is what we're listening to. Okay, so I now have 3 lumberjacks. Good. We have a very strong supply of wood. And no one's unemployed. Oh my god, you guys are scaring me. Okay, so we have 2 of the floodgates. All I need is this platform now for 4 planks, and then this floodgate. And they can build diagonally, so... Survive! Westbird, thanks for the sub and the follow. I appreciate it. Oh god, what are they delivering to? No. Alright, let me pause these platforms. Because I don't want them building there. Save your materials. Alright, well that song's gonna have to loop a little. 1.3 days, come on guys. You could do it, you could do it. 21-hour days! Work it faster. I think we'll be able to do it. 1 day for 5 planks is not that much of an ask. Oh, okay. So 1 day, we're so dead if this doesn't get built. We're so dead. Because I do not have the supply of water to be able to have people drink. Build. Okay, so they've delivered it, but okay, now we're building it, and now this floodgate is all I care about. Construction site too far from pathing? No. No. Alternative would be, hold on, let me remove this. Audible. Let's just levee it. That will work. Block it the hell off. I don't care at this point. If it floods, it's fine. So this levee at max priority. This audible will work in time. Yeah, that will be fine. If my freaking builders build. Yeah, I have 4 of them. Come on now. You have half a day. 2 wood. 1 wood. Alright, I'm updating the goal here. It's just now survive. Okay, it's built. It's definitely going to do some weird flooding. And then, with 0.3 days left, I'm actually going to purposely flood my town. Here we go. So the floodgates that I have here are going to raise to max height, which will then fill my river full of water. As you can see, it's overflowing. It's going to overflow and flood everywhere and disable some workstations. But this is by design. It's so that I can absolutely maximize the amount of water I have available to me as the drought comes. What I really want is like 4 more planks, but I don't think I'm going to get 4 more planks. That's okay. I'll cry later about it. The river be damned! And if you're wondering, the water will eventually dry up once the drought hits. But at the moment, it has disabled all work. And, alright, drought started. I think we can go back to the proper soundtrack here. Less dramatic. Alright, so now that the drought has started, you'll see that my... Yep, dried out. Perfect. I'm actually going to delete this lumber mill and this power shaft. And then, oh, I need gears for that. Okay, so I'm still going to delete it because I want it deleted, but I'm going to put another water wheel in here. And this water wheel is going to connect to a power wheel as well, temporarily. This is all so that it can get a lumber mill going. And I'm also going to unlock a gear workshop. And then I'm going to unlock a power wheel. So a power wheel you run on like a hamster to be able to power things up, because I want to be able to produce power during the drought, which is an 8-day drought. Ooh! To be able to get things running. So let's not worry about this water wheel at the moment. Let's just do the power wheels. And then these power wheel shafts power up our workplaces. And then these here, obviously they're yeah, let me reverse them. Let me fix this a little bit. They should be connected like this. Lumber and gear. Because I want some production done when we don't have water power. There we go. So I'm going to pause some of this, focusing on the bare minimum needed to get planks going again. I don't need a shaft connected to a building. You can just put a power generator next to it. I don't know if that's true, actually. Let me... No, I don't think that powers it. Maybe it does, but either way, I need the shafts because these are going to be more permanent, and these buildings are not. It will make more sense soon. I promise. I'm actually going to get rid of this. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that water wheel. It will make sense, I promise. All right, so we're going to get that built as a top priority so I can start planking again. That means something totally different, but so we can start planking again. These do not transfer power, no. Nope. So eventually what this will look like is it will be a water wheel here, and then a power wheel sort of like plugged into the water wheel in the future. But then this is going to be on a platform there. But I'm not building this until we have a flow, which is not for another 7.5 days. Another thing I'm going to do is to limit our water use. I'm only going to have one of the breeding pods going. And I have, like, no food. Why do I have no food? All right. Well, let's unlock the gathering flag and employ someone at the potato grill because I have no food. So one of the farmers gets fired and goes to work in the grill. God, where are they working? Go work in the grill. All right, there we go. Now we have a potato griller to be able to feed people because we're about to have a mass starvation. Enjoy your lunch. Let's hope you have more food than I do. And my starving little beavers. All right, I'm actually going to unlock the high power shaft. And then I'm going to start to save up for the better floodgates. And there we go. We are happier than ever with a high score of 6 because we are supplying the grilled potatoes for nutrition now. Good. And you can mouse over to see the benefits, like growing speed, life expectancy, walking speed, life expectancy, when these are fulfilled. What are you growling at, dude? He just keeps growling. Is this game hard? Not on the easiest difficulties, it isn't, but I'm on the hardest difficulty on the smallest map. So I've made it the hardest you can make it using default settings. Because why not? Next up, bread. You better believe it. Well, next up I would say, here, let me set up industry is now going to be my current goal. Before I do bread, I really need to have a more reliable source of water. I need to have the ability to be able to supply water, reliably, and I just don't have that yet. The wood's pretty good though. My forestry has been yielding for me, which is great. And the potatoes are keeping us fed. I'm just above the starvation line, which is another reason why I paused all these tanks, these Bacta tanks, because I'm not gonna have the berries to supply it. Another thing that I could do with my farmer is let's go ahead and grow some potatoes here as well. And I can also use carrots here. Little inefficient. Oh, no, not there. Little inefficient because it's across the water, but it's still somewhere. Alright, in a second here, we're going to get the lumber mill back up and running, even during drought times, with the power wheel the way it is. So, who's getting fired? You are fired. And you are fired. There we go. So now we have the ability to make planks, even when the water's not running. Okay, cool. You can make a power source directly to a power consumer. Alright, the next thing I want is to get a gear workshop, because the gear workshop will be able to grant me the ability to make high power shafts. And the high power shafts let you raise up power from a lower level to a higher level, allowing you to supply buildings on a second tier. So the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to have a I'm going to have my manufacturing facilities sitting on top of stockpiles that supply them from below. So what that's going to look like is like a lumber mill up here. Now let me pause this so no one starts working on a lumber mill up there, sitting on top of, warehouses that supply it. So something like this. Right? So that the lumber mill can draw from... Oh, well, one over. The lumber mill can draw from the industrial wood stockpile just below it, and then supply to a warehouse just below it. And stacking like that will help to keep things stored and sort of congested in a good way. The other thing, we can also put the the sort of the other building facilities up here as well. So another thing that I could do is to stick platforms like this to have another lumber mill, another lumber mill like that, right? And to really use the verticality in a good way. That's not literally where I'm going to place it. I don't want to put that down, but I just wanted to show you why I'm doing the things I'm doing, which don't seem all that sensible now, but will make a lot more sense later on. All right, so the current planks that I'm producing, I want to put towards this floodgate. Yes, and they're already doing that. Cool. Another thing I'm going to want to do is to get some additional inventors up. Probably don't need that many, but get a few more inventors up because I have children that are going to age up and I need places for them to work. Yeah, you can have floors. Exactly. It's pretty cool. It's very cool what they allow you to dynamically do. So I'll probably actually put the stockpile like this. Pausing that and then putting the stairs up like that. Something like that. We'll see. When I get there. For now, these planks are just supplying these buildings. Oh, one thing I didn't mention. You can have buildings partially supplied with power. And what that'll end up do for you is it won't give you full efficiency, but it will still run. Yeah, Yoda. So I'm going to actually have 2 lumber mills built here, and we'll just have them run. The power wheel supplies exactly as much as the lumber mill requires, which is a nice ratio. But I figured I'll get a second one out. All right, we have 5.5 days left of drought. And it looks to me like my water level's at like 75%, so historically we know that's fine. And my population hasn't boomed enough that it's going to be an issue. Have I tested Titans of Industries of Titan? No, I haven't. I have not. It was on my wish list a while, though. But I haven't jumped in it. Ooh, I am out of sources of wood. Let me unpause this, and pause this. And, put another... Oh, I can't reach here. Never mind. These trees are now isolated because I broke the old dam. Well, damn. So we're just waiting for the trees to grow. And all we have available to us is these maples. Unless... Let me pause a second. Unless I make a point of creating a high priority stair here, giving us access to these trees up there, which I think I will do. So this is now my highest priority. Lowering this stuff to medium and this to normal. Yep. Because all this requires is 4 planks, which we could easily source, and then we get access to all these new trees. Beavers got a cut. It's a long way to run for trees, but there's really no other sources of trees until trees randomly grow in these areas. And the problem is I have a bunch of lumberjacks just standing around not really being able to do very much at the moment because there aren't trees to cut. Once the maple seedlings start coming up, that's going to be a really different matter. But we're not quite there yet. It's a bit far off. Alright, so we need 2 more planks. Hope I have the wood for it. Beaver kind will prevail? I hope so. I sure hope so. I'm gonna well, whatever. I'm gonna say desired none here. It's gonna be allowed all but desired none, so that my water pumper isn't pumping water for this water tank, because I don't really want this water tank to be... I don't want the water pumper to spend time running the water over there, because it doesn't really make all that much sense. And there we go. Now we have access to the highest tier here of trees, and that will feed us some much-needed lumber for a while. Unconnected building. Oh, that's unconnected. Why? Oh, it's probably too far of a run, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's too far of a run. Okay, so, audible here. If that's too far of a run, this isn't. So I'll just move the lumberjack flags a little bit lower and they'll be fine. Solved. Alright, and with those built, let me move my lumberjacks from here, where the trees aren't grown, up here, where they are, and they'll get cutting. I actually have one unemployed. Another thing to note is, as we are supplying potatoes, baked potatoes, to our population, that's another reason why I have a little bit of a lumber shortage. It's not just the planks, it's also the baked potatoes, because baked potatoes require wood. It's fine. I'm happy to do it. It increases their productivity. So if we take a look at what's benefiting here, the carrots are giving life expectancy and the baked potatoes are giving strength, which allows for additional carry weight, which is great. But it does mean that that a lot of my logs are turned into heat sources for potatoes. All right, so the next project I want is the other power wheel and the other lumber mill. And then maybe storage for here. I'm trying to think if I want storage in this location. Actually, I might want storage here, I think. I'm going to have to pause and think about this, like brainstorm it. So if I had a road come down here, or down one, like this, and then a platform, I could... Let's see. Because what I ideally want is my my production... Okay, that does not work. I want my production facilities to be adjacent, like this, so that they supply power to one another without the power shafts. So that design doesn't allow for that. So if I did it like this, it should. In fact, I don't even put the stairs there. I can put the stairs here. And then this hole is much easier to work with platform. Then that looks like a... The stairs probably wouldn't be put there then. So this would look like a lumber mill, like here, here, and then a gear facility here, where we have pathing interconnecting them, and then maybe in this spot... Nope, that's not going to work. Where's the stairs that goes down? Actually, the stairs that goes down will probably be here, because all of this is temporary. I know it seems like a waste, but I just needed it in a pinch. So that will work. Yeah, this design will work. Let me just pause this stuff so I don't have to stare at it. Okay, cool. Or I could have the path up. Another way to do the path up is I could put a path up here and have the walkway walk just on the river, you know. It would eat up space for water wheels, but I could also do that. But I think this is fine. Or the path up could be over here where the farmhouse is. Put it in this spot like this, where we have the walkway up somewhere around here. Yeah, there's a lot of options that I can work with. I'm not worried about trying to figure that out right now. It's not a complicated problem, so it will have a pretty elegant solution, I'm sure. Solution. Oh, actually, one other thing I could do is I'm actually going to get rid of this industrial stockpile. They're not that expensive, and put a small warehouse in lieu, and that will solve it real easy. Because then platforms and then these stairs down can be there. I like that better. Okay, that'll work. And then the power connecting here will actually be a power connector that looks like... let's see. It will turn angled here, and then... So many plans. We're going to have another water wheel. And the power up can be somewhere over here where we transfer the power after it comes through. Yep, like this. And then transfer the power up at the end, or in this spot. So it will look like power goes up and feeds like this. And then I can also feed power to another platformed module on the right side. But not yet. One thing at a time. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Okay, so taking a look at this power wheel, it's almost done. It's it's 40 out of 40. And then we just have a few shafts to build. And then the lumber mill. 3 days of drought, and we have about half the water left in the supply. Okay, so this power shaft is nearly done. These guys have just about finished cutting all those trees. These trees do grow back, so I don't need to kill the saplings, because during the water flow, these trees are supplied, so they won't dry out and die or anything like that. What's odd is, where are they? Oh, they're eating. Okay, that makes sense. Because there's only one tree left to cut. Oh, I don't have that flagged. That's what's going on. That tree recently grew. Alright, so let's pause this and actually destroy it, because it didn't have any goods in it. And that's the last tree we'll be able to source up there. And taking a look at our original tree farm, no, nothing has grown yet. So we're sort of without a source of wood for a bit. So I'm going to pause this, and that's our last source of wood for the foreseeable near future. Which means I probably don't need a lumberjack. We already have people unemployed. So I will open up a collector for berries and close down the lumber mill. I'm also going to close down the power wheels, because without the lumber mill open, there's no point in having the power wheel. And people are going to go a little bit unemployed for a bit, because they just don't really have anything that I need them to do, because there's just not tasks for them to work on at the moment until there's more trees to be cut down. I suspect some of these pine are going to grow pretty soon, though. Maybe? 70%, so not that soon. It's going to take a bit. What's the highest one? 82, 85? Oh, that's not too long. Now, the potatoes are obviously going to stop at some point once they run out of logs as well. I don't have access to the trees on the other side of the river because it's, I don't have a path to it. There's no direct pathing. Beavers can't fly. They can't climb. And the bridge is out. And there's no stairs, and I don't have materials for a stair, so that's a non-starter. For now, at least. Once we have this pathway built again, we'll be able to access them again, but I can't for now. No, well, they can't swim either. They won't die if they're, necessarily, like, drowning, but they're not that happy either. And let me unpause one of these tanks, because I did have someone die of old age. So I might as well work to replace the population I've lost and keep all the two barracks full. In 0.7 days, we'll start to get water again. And right now, it's just a waiting game on these pine being harvestable. They can swim, stairs down, stairs up, and a path, but I don't have the wood. Yeah. Nothing works without the planks and the wood, so I have no... Currently, I have no way to get here. Just a waiting game of having the pine be harvestable. It's about to be harvestable, though, so that's not that much of a problem. It's not that much of a wait. I'm going to start employing the lumberjacks for it. Alright, drought has ended. I can lower my floodgates again so that we don't flood and overflow. I'm also going to destroy this levee because this levee is going to be replaced by a floodgate as soon as I'm able. Alright, there we have a flow of water. Now, I'm not really using any water wheels, so that's another thing I'm going to want to build, is probably a temporary water wheel. So I'm planning on building water wheel here, and then maybe another water wheel in this spot here. So this water wheel can power up this stuff. But I'm going to pause that for now because I have other things to build with it. And there we go, now we're starting to get a little bit of wood. Good, not wood starved. Popping up. Let's see. I'd like to get more planks going. Let's fire this water pumper. I don't need him working. Might want to go back to 16-hour days? Nah, I'm fine. I do have the research to get the floodgates I wanted, the triple floodgate. So eventually I'm going to have triple floodgates here, but these are going to get paused for now. Everything here is going to get paused for now. So those floodgates are going to allow me to retain a whole lot of water in one specific area. And the platforms are starting to get made. So these floodgates are going to get made. So this platform is going to be top priority, as is this floodgate. So let's raise that all the way up. And I might want to increase the priority of this path here too, so I gain access to these trees. Just because I'm tree starved at the moment. So I will even lower this, assuming that the next drought isn't coming immediately, in lieu of getting access to the birch. Now, the birch sucks. This birch is the equivalent of, like, 3 maple trees. So it's really not that efficient, but it's better than nothing. Oh, and up here we also have some of the pine coming in as well. So let's say I'm about to not need 2 farmers. I'm about to actually not need any farmers, so I'm going to send one of my farmers up to harvest that pine. Aren't 2 stairs cheaper than platforms? Yeah, they're cheaper than platforms, but I'm just going to do... I like the look of platforms, and I'm going to use the platforms later on for other things. So I'm just going to be putting in the platforms. Eventually what I want is everything that is like seaside, like the deep water pumps and the small tanks and things like that, that don't need to be on the ground to be on platforms on the water. So these platforms will be repurposed later on for a deep water pump there. And we need 8 planks to get across. Okay, looks like I have access to a decent amount of the pine coming up. So let me pause this one because there's no pine back up there and employ them down here. This looks like a very small map. Oh, it is. It is the Diorama Map. Gonna unpause another one, or all the tanks. Posture check. And treats for the puppy. Treats for me, too. If you're wondering, they're peanuts. I'm not eating dog food. As much as you'd enjoy that, maybe. Cheers. Alright, got a whole bunch more science, so let's take a look. Let's do... Trying to think of what's most important. Explosives would be pretty good. Suspension bridges look cool. Maybe starting to get the temple. So I'm going to unlock that. And also I'm going to work towards the labor monument. That's to fulfill some of the basic needs, or the more advanced needs of my beavers, so that they work more productively and happier. Alright, so there's the second to last platform. We're almost at the birch. Treats for me, I don't usually eat on, you know, because of mic noise and all that. I try to avoid eating. And we have a drought coming. Well. Well. Let's strip this birch as fast as we can. If I really need to, I can go back to the levee again, but I'd like to have the floodgate proper. Honestly, I'd like both floodgates, but that might not be possible. I'm glad I have a power wheel. It's more labor, but I have a power wheel based plank system, and that way it doesn't really matter whether I have water or not. Okay, we're about to get that done. Oh my god. Faster. Okay, and then let's unpause this lumber mill so I can get double planks. Because this lumber mill's almost done being built. Okay, there we go. So now we have lumberjack flags on the other side of the river. And I am going to spend... What don't I need? I don't right now need the farmer. Because everything's sown, and I don't need one of my inventors. So they're going to be hired as lumberjacks for the other side of the river. Nope, they got hired on somewhere else. Fire another inventor. Okay, and then fire another inventor. Spin down the inventors to get wood quickly. And I'm going to fire yet another one to put a water pumper in here and set the desire to default water to just top up our tanks. Alright, now the super high priority here is this floodgate. This is a linchpin floodgate. Without that, we croak. And then the stretch goal is these two floodgates. And I think it is now appropriate, given the crunch time. I think you guys know what's coming. Yep. The blue light. Are the trees marked for harvest? Yeah, all trees on this map are marked for harvest. Except for that one. I lied. There was a single tree that existed in the middle of nowhere that was not... I guess these aren't marked for harvest either, but I don't have the ramps for that. Oh, yes. So we have two lumber mills going now, but I need the second power wheel, or it doesn't really matter. So let me fire yet another inventor. Go run on a power wheel. Oh, not you. Go run on a power wheel. And now we get the double planks, which should allow us to build this floodgate sooner. Fingers crossed. Louder. Oh, you're fired. I don't even know why. I didn't see them there. All right, you can go spin the inventor then. Yep. So we have the floodgates. They're in. The stretch goal floodgates now. These would be really, 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 really handy because it would add to our total water amount that we could maintain. So now they're the highest priority builds in this here micro diorama. I'm just moving populations around so everybody's at like maximum work. Oh boy. Oh, we already got one. Oh yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it easily. Easily we can stretch. All right, so then the other less than stretch would be these platforms because they'll cut down on travel time immensely having a path that goes through here again. Yep, we got the floodgates. It's all coming together now. All right. Really is coming together, I'm not lying. All right, so these paths, how far are they? Oh, they're going. They're going. We shall live again. And then I also need to think about saving up for a temple, which looks like this. It's a way to fulfill the spirituality demands of your beaver brethren. And perhaps I nest the temple. Oh, no pun intended. I build the temple here. Eventually. That seems to be a good temple spot. Nice and central, near the barracks, etc. Alright, my extra stretch platforms are in. This warehouse... So this warehouse here, I am going to only allow... let's see. I'm only going to allow grilled potatoes and regular potatoes because it is relatively close to the potato grill as efficiency. And let me loop that. Play it again. And then this here will just be general. Will be a little bit of everything. All right, with about maybe 0.4 days left, I'm going to start the purposeful flood of everything. Oh, so I also want to start working over here. I'm going to unpause these. These are kind of the next things to use my blanks for. Alright, 0.5 days. Yeah, let's start flooding the bottom valley. It's going to ruin some of the work spots, but that's fine. I'd rather definitely have the water. You can click this checkbox here to control all the floodgates at once. So now let's flood it. Now the advantage of the floodgates is, well, that water level can actually be raised up a little bit. But the advantage of the floodgates is I get to keep 100% of the water that's in the river, maximizing the amount of water I can draw from during drought time. And let there be floods. For a brief moment of unemployment, it doesn't come with much of a penalty as far as I'm concerned. One thing that you will need to do is you'll need to reprioritize your work spaces, though. Because what ends up happening is, as the work spots get flooded, they get disabled, and then when they're not flooded anymore, people just get hired back a little bit everywhere. And as they get hired back a little bit everywhere, you might want to shift them around. So that's something to note. So we made it easily, flying past with flying colors. And this drought is a 9-day drought. Could we dry up though? Please, game. There we go. There we go. All right, I have a bunch of unemployed people, which I could throw into the inventors. And I have a pretty decent amount of water stored now that I have floodgates. Because the water here is actually brimming, right? And that will last longer for us. And 9 days, we should be able to clear with relative ease. It's weird that it could pause a path. I could levee off the bottom entirely. Yeah, that would be possible. Is to wall up the edges here and fill it up one more level. That would be a pretty cheap way to contain a lot of water, but it would ruin the farming possibilities. Now that I'm starting to get the maple here, one of the advantages is I can slowly shift from pine to maple. But I don't have a lot of food, so let's... Oh, that's my fault, too. Let me unpause the farmhouse, because I had it paused. And move workers from wherever they are into the farmhouse so that I can not starve. Because we're about to hit very, very hungry. Another thing I could do is unpause the berry collector. And get them to help out as well. Alright. Yeah, no one's going to die of starvation. I haven't had anyone die of anything but old age so far. So this temple here costs 120 logs and 40 planks. So it's kind of expensive, but it's not nearly as expensive as some of the monuments later on. Wouldn't it be better to use... I have other plans for how I'm going to store water. So just like you'll see is the simplest I could say. There's a lot of ways to do it, and I'm just doing it one way here. So what I'm doing here is creating a designated area for a levee to contain a whole lot of water using logs. And then later on I'll have an even more complicated one, but that's going to have to wait. Don't get too far ahead of where we're actually at. I forget the form factor of the row house. We'll see. Thank you for tuning in to Timberborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, as well as a link to Discord, where you can chat about Timberborn in real time. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to catch you next episode, or an upcoming stream. Farewell, everybody.